And we're back. Hey everyone, it's Ethan McKinley and welcome to the 2-Minute Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time across the airwaves. My lovely co-host Ellie
Bonjour.
Is here, and it sounds like you're almost in the room.
I know.
How are you, Ellie?
I'm very well. How are you, Ethan?
It's been a while. It's been a while for both of us and the listeners. I apologise to any of our loyal fans. We're in the middle of house moves, studio dismantlements and all kinds of stuff, so we had to take like a week and a half off. Hopefully, this won't discombobulate the show any further than it has. Will it, Ellie?
Hey, the last time is because you bought your mother an iPad, even though she's ungrateful, and didn't say thanks. Well, actually, no, she did say thanks, didn't she? But
well, technically, I get it back eventually, so it's all right.
But that's if she doesn't pour her...
She ain't got long left.
That's if she doesn't pour her vapour oil all over it, like the poor mouse. Then it's like, what is all this weird liquid pouring out of this mouse? And it was this weird texture, and then it was all sticky, and I smelt it, and I was like, it's like oil? And then, we discovered...
Is that oil? Anyway, yes, we are back. It's the 2-Minute Terminator. It's episode 22 of Terminator Genesis, Season 5. If you've been with us for the entire 5 seasons, thank you. If you are just joining us, go back and listen to the other 5. There might be something in there for you. Yes, you. You know who you are. We're going from minutes 42 to 44, and it starts with we're going, all of us, which is said by Sarah, and it ends with Pops going, try again. Well, sorry, Pops, try again. And those are the bookends. Mine. Well, the crux of it is it's the Terminator chip that's the CPU from the 1984 Terminator they just defeated, and that's going to power the time circuits. Back to the Future reference, Back to the Future minute, or a homage, sir. Ben Affleck, 2001, Pearl Harbor, which makes time travel possible. Joy Courtney, of course, grabs this. Emilia Clarke, Sarah Connor points the gun at him and says, "You better give that back."
Ethan, that doesn't happen in this 2 minutes.
Which 2 minutes are you watching, Ellie?
The right 2 minutes.
I'm. What minutes have you got?
So it starts with Arnie saying we need to go forward in time to 1997. That's correct. But then it finishes where Arnie is explaining the alternate timeline if Kyle had been exposed to what is it?
Right.
Some kind of power, but what you're actually talking about is in the next episode 20.
Aha, okay.
They're very close to each other, but that is actually technically chopping into the next episode. But you love doing that, so carry on.
Well, as I've not watched the actual 2 minutes in question,
I'll take it
let's
away.
Just press on, shall we?
The first thing I want to say is, in this 2 minutes, but in the very beginning, we discover that Arnie cannot go back in time with young Emilia and Jai, as he has an exposed hand. And then Jai says, "What, we're time traveling back in that thing?" And then she goes, "Yeah, we can't be wearing any clothes." As she says that, she walks with such conviction, her breasts are just like wobbling all over the place. I was like, I see what you did there. Not only,
we need to get Airport Min Jim, I think, back on this.
Not only are you wearing a low-cut V-neck top. No, but I'm starting with the silly point, and then I'm going to go on to the serious shit. You know, break them in slowly.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I'm not
so, Ellie,
Airport Minute Jim.
As is tradition with the show, would you like to say hit the music?
Oh shit, yeah, hit the music.
Hey, I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger to me.
Load up.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked.
And we're back. Yes, there is some confusion. According to my notes, Ellie, the last thing we did was episode 21, which is correct. And basically, it's Byung-Hung Lee had only 25 minutes screen time. This happens quite a lot in the show, by the way, listeners, so this is not an unusual occurrence, but believe me. I think we've just got a slight mess up in our clips, but as is the tradition of these things, we're just going to wing it.
We'll just go
Ellie.
to my notes, because I've actually made notes.
Okay.
So, my first question, Arnold, the first thing that happens in this 2 minutes, Arnold states that he himself can't go back in time, and Sarah goes, we go back in time. And then Arnold does the classic Terminator hand thing where you extend and retract. Why would Arnold not be able... It's an extender. Why would Arnold not be able to travel back in time just because his hand is exposed? Would that not just damage his hand, or would that rip him completely apart? Why?
It would either destroy the machine or they'd get completely lost in time. No non-living thing can be exposed in the time field, basically, and that's why, because of that hand situation, so the T-1000 has kind of maybe done its job. It's prevented them from travelling in time. This is why Jai and Emilia have to go through. Although I would like to see the scene where Arnie, him, and her are naked, and they're all like hanging onto each other. I mean, how would that play out?
I don't know, but that would be amazing.
I mean, would Arnie go behind Jai or Jai behind Arnie? Would they sandwich Emilia in the middle? How would that work?
I imagine that Arnie would just mush Jai out the way.
Well, in your world, in your Sarah Connor time travel fantasy, yes, he would. But
no, but I can't imagine. I don't imagine Arnold ever being into having other blokes there, because he's so alpha. I don't think he'd ever want like another bloke there.
No, we're talking about within the universe of this film, Ellie. He's a machine. So how would Pops and Carl Reese and Emilia Clarke, Sarah Connor travel through time?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, they'd all
See,
just
I was getting that blood.
They'd all just kind of hover in different...
I wonder why you didn't find this funny. I was like, they'd have to all hang on to each other in some form or fashion so they didn't get like flung out of the machine. So how would it work?
Yeah, I thought you...
Would they all do like a ring of roses, like group hug, like someone who just scored a goal, so they're all facing inwards?
So the crowd goes, what?
Or would Arnie be behind Carl Reese?
Going,
or would Emilia be in the middle? Yeah, like an Oreo.
I have. He's got it huge. Yeah, no, I thought it was just some sexual reference, but that's just how my mind works. Yeah, so I guess you've answered my first question. I didn't realise that...
Well, I can answer it further for you, because I've found my notes now. During the 1984 period of the film, the Guardian, Arnold Schwarzenegger version of the Terminator, loses the skin on his right arm. When Sarah later asks him why he can't travel with them to 2017, he states that he needs time for the skin to regrow, although in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, it's already established that human tissue on a Terminator can actually heal. This is the first movie to confirm that the skin can actually regenerate completely, like a lizard, if you will, or one of those like wacky frogs when you pull his leg off, or a worm. We discussed this before.
Whoa. There's a type of frog that you can pull its leg off and it will grow back.
I'm sure that, yeah, there is, or some kind of reptile. I think if a gecko loses its leg. No, because certain reptiles, this is why they're studying reptiles, to hopefully like regenerate limbs for people. They want to know why that happens.
So we are going to be lizard people.
Kind of, yeah, but no, I think it's certain geckos or salamanders or little wacky things like that, or axolotls. Have you seen those things? They're like kind of like cute looking things. It looks like a lizard without any skin on, and it swims. It's got like a spiky head.
No, I haven't. I feel like I'm missing out.
Axolotl. Oh, you are. So yeah, it's established in Terminator 2 that the Terminators can heal, but it's only, as I said before, confirmed in this movie that, well, they've written in as a weird plot device that the skin completely regenerate. I'm not sure if it actually would in reality. I don't know. It just seems like a convenient thing to happen.
Can I just also say, this isn't massively geeky, I'm really sorry, but, well, I guess it's not below the belt, so I'm doing well there. The clothes that Arnold and Emilia Clarke are wearing, they're not very 80s, are they?
No.
I mean, that is...
I don't know.
That is not an 80s neckline, that's for sure. And her hair, that was another thing I remember when I was watching
it could be, because Sarah Connor in the first one, she's got that kind of like orange top on, hasn't she? Let me just Google a picture.
Dude, she looks so 80s. Everything she's wearing, the high waist jeans that are kind of loose, yeah, she's got that horrible kind of salmon coloured top on.
Yeah, that's the one.
And the Chewbacca mullet haircut. Sarah in this looks, she's all in black, it's slick, her tits are all over the shop.
Well, that's because she's got big jubblies. No, Linda Hamilton, this kind of salmon-coloured tie-dye top you refer to, that's quite low cut. You can, it's button-up, of course, and but yeah, I'm looking at pictures now. She's got her, you could see.
Not as low as Emilia's, but, it might just be that Emilia's got bigger chubs. But even Emilia's hair, that is not an 80s hairstyle.
Or should they have put her in that kind of tie-dye pink top then?
Not the same clothes, but at least styled her so that she looks like she's from the 80s. She doesn't look 80s at all. Ethan, you of all people, what about her get-up looks 80s? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but I think they've gone for a more militaristic look. I think they're trying to echo, even though she's not pulling it off at all, because she doesn't have the stature or the work clearly put into this character that Linda Hamilton did with Terminator 2. They're trying to recreate that kind of militaristic look because she's got military cargo pants type things on as well.
All right, but she doesn't. She's wearing black.
They're trying to get her to fall somewhere in between, like Sarah Connor and like Linda Hamilton's Sarah Connor. The thing you've just heard beeping in the background, Ellie, I've just sent you on Viber a picture of a fake Hot Toys head version.
Oh wow!
Of Linda Hamilton.
The hair.
Who doesn't look too dissimilar from Oliver Reed's The Wolfman.
Oh my god, it actually does.
By the way, full disclosure, everyone, Ellie's trying to locate a Hot Toys RoboCop. All the ones that I've found, or we've looked for, that are on eBay are all from China. Now I know they're made in China, Hot Toys stuff, but I know there's a lot of fakes out there as well. And this looks like the quality of a kind of fake Hot Toys head. That's the kind of thing they look like, Ellie. They're still good, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but... yeah, they're not quite as detailed.
It looks like Sarah.
Well, I'm going to post it on the Terminator website.
Good, I'm bloody glad. I just thought that the styling was just really badly done. She looks more like a girl from this day and age. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, they've...
No fate. See, that's military.
Well, I do. I just think it's like a lazy way of trying to tie it to other films. Like, oh, she's a bit military. She's been raised by a Terminator. She's dressed like a machine. If you look at old pictures of Linda Hamilton from...
This is Sarah Connor in 97.
I know, and it's an alternate reality.
I know, but then set in Genesis, what we're watching now, this is meant to be 80s.
I know, but they're
Sarah
still trying to...
have a military look in the 80s.
I know, but this is an alternate Sarah. She's been raised by a machine. I think this is the thinking behind the character and how they presented her in this film.
Ethan, are they your legs?
I think it's... no.
They look
I think
like
it's a
Sorry.
I think it's a mistake on the filmmakers' parts, really. But I don't know. What can you do? They've made a choice, and life's always about making choices, I guess.
Well, they made the wrong one. I actually really like that photo. I might have that as my cover photo on Fascist Book. Although I'm a big fan of
post it on the website later for all the listeners. It's Linda Hamilton from Terminator 2 holding a gun, but they've painted out with Photoshop her military cargo pants and done her in like No Fate But What We Make underoos.
I want those pants.
It's quite funny.
I want pants with no fate scribbled on them.
No, your pants should have no dick on them.
Ethan, that's rude. Well, I'm literally sleeping in bed with a gay man at the moment because I have nowhere to live. So yeah, no dick for me.
I was going to say, I think we covered this in the last episode, but I will repeat my note. Byung-Hun Lee, according to IMDb, again, just for the listeners, apparently only has 25 minutes screen time. I don't believe that for a second, because we're 40 minutes into this film already, and he's only had 3 scenes, and now he's not in the story anymore. I think he's probably in it for about 4 minutes end to end. This is why you should never trust IMDb trivia.
Yeah, IMDb is you've fallen foul of it a few times. I still think that Sarah's attitude in this particular scene stinks. Once again, Jai, bless him, as helpless as he is trying to help out, trying to work out ways to get this done. And she just constantly, it's just attitude, it's back chat, it's aggression. I mean, we see even more of it in the next episode. Utterly disgusting behaviour. But my note literally reads, Sarah's attitude stinks.
Sarah, your attitude stinks.
And also, I'm so goddamn confused by this timeline, but it was explained by Spaldner, which is why I said we should actually leave that particular letter out until today, because then it would have made relevant sense. It could have answered my question. And that was talking about the fact that Jai remembers, he has this memory of being in a world where the bombs never fell. He's living at home with his mum and dad. He's 13. He's having a birthday. It's all great. It's all fun and games. He's got his first pube. Woo! A new really fit girl's just moved in next door, and she's a right whore. She's got daddy issues. So he's got his whole life ahead of him. And then she says, having a dream that your family's back means nothing. You're like, whoa. This
Now, the letter we got from dear listener Spaldnerelli, could you get your head around it? Why Carl Reese knows about 2 possible lives
Yes,
that he may
I
or may
do.
not have had? How can you explain it to me then? Because I'm still having trouble with it.
Well,
I know it's my show, and I came up with this idea, and I'm not very good at it.
Again,
I'm
this
sure
is
I'd
something I
accept
actually
it.
said to you when we weren't doing the show, because after I'd watched it, I went, Ethan, I do have to say this. And I was like, I will mention it in the show. Why someone with a really thick Austrian accent was given such a vocally technical line or speech in this particular part of the film. He's talking about quantum field. And you can see he's really having to overcompensate and move his mouth so that he can get these words out, so you can actually tell what
He's slurring his words like Carrie Fisher was in The Force Awakens, the old drunk.
that terrible, terrible film that I'll never watch.
Okay, Ellie, so according to the quantum field in this
So
film,
because-
why does he know 2 lives he's led?
He said that when he went into the time displacement machine, he said that if
Right.
an event happened that changed or altered the future so drastically, it would make a split in, I guess, Jai Courtney's timeline, so he can now see 2 different timelines. But it's because of what happened to John Connor when the Terminator, or Skynet...
I know he's seeing 2 different timelines, but these are 2 different timelines
Because it's
in the past.
There's-
So is it the life he would have led had the bombs
Yeah.
not gone off, or the life he did lead because the bombs went
it's
off?
the life he would lead if the
Okay.
bombs hadn't gone off. So because now the future has been altered to such a high level, because now John has been,
Those 2 possible realities coexist.
Exactly.
But he's aware
But because Jai was exposed to that and experienced that I can't remember what the word is. Again, I can't quite make it out because, bless him, his Austrian accent just butchers the language. But he does explain. He says something back. I keep thinking Nexus, but that's from Fern Gully.
of them. With Tim Curry?
Yes, I love that film. Although weirdly, it's a child's film, and Tim Curry's bit in it, his song, it's weirdly sexual.
I think anything that Tim Curry does, strangely, is weirdly sexual there, isn't it? I think whenever you watch a Tim Curry performance, you always need a shower
Yeah.
afterwards.
Or not, just fester in the filth. I love him.
Well, not anymore. He's got a club foot and he's in a wheelchair.
He'll
but
always
moving on.
be Frankenfurter to me.
Come up to the lab and see.
I'd imagine he'd be more dribbly. He's like, welcome to the lab. And see what's wrong with and he just falls off his chair.
I think some clever editor should just get that one of the big song and dance numbers and just
warp.
roll the the time warp and just have the stroked Tim Curry roll into a scene and just get kicked over by Frankenfurter, not realizing
I'm
it's
just
him.
a slurred transvestite. They could make a whole musical out of just that.
You're so cruel, Ellie.
I know. I learnt it from the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's... I just can't work out the particular word that he says, but he was exposed to a certain amount of energy, and the thing that happened had such a large impact on what was going to happen in the future that now Jai, for some reason, in amongst all the electricalness and the being naked, he can now
The electricalness and
remember two timelines. So, i.e. his actual past, which is death and destruction, or the alternate past, which is if the bombs had never fell.
Right.
So that's... I did have to watch the scene a few times to really, really get it. And you really do have to pay attention to exactly what Arnold's saying and watch his mouth as it moves to work out the actual words.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were really, really
Do you have
stressful.
anything else to add then, my dear?
Anything else to add? Let's see my notes. Oh, the only last thing I was going to say is why Sarah felt like she had to explain to Jai that he needed to be naked to go through time when he's actually already travelled through time. Like, I know you dumb bitch. Do you not think? Women love to state the obvious, don't they? But again,
This is what I do.
Is that just her trying to make him think about her being naked? And again, when she says it, she puts her feet down with such conviction. It's like fresh jelly.
Well, Google them, Ellie. I think you'll be disappointed.
Oh no, I've seen
Anyway, we shall return, of course, tomorrow with episode 22.
23.
Whether that's minute 42 to 40.
It's episode 23. And it's minute...
Are you sure? You just told me it was 21.
No, we've already done... No, this is episode 22.
Okay.
I promise. I wouldn't lie to you.
Anyway, we shall, of course, return tomorrow with episode
23, minutes 44
23.
to 46.
Okay. All right. So according to this, all my notes were actually correct. You just confused me at the start of the show. I thought it was 22.
No, I
was
said
like,
it was
have we got a
22.
missing
I
minute
just
somewhere?
said that in this 2 minutes, you don't... Anyway, I'm not going to ruin it for the next minute. You don't see Jai take
well.
the chip out. That's in episode 23.
That's all right. Well, that means that the next episode will have episode 22's notes in it, and it's going to be like Trivia City.
Staying true.
There we go. So we'll. If you want to like us on Facebook, please do. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please do. Tell all your friends. If you want to actually see the clip we're talking about in question ad infinitum on repeat, Mystery Science Theatre 3K style, please join us at 2 Minute Terminator on YouTube. And me and Ellie will be back tomorrow and hopefully every day with this lovely show that you enjoy so much. Thank you all for listening. I've been Ethan
I'm
McKinnon.
Ellie Fitzgerald. Baby, goodbye.
Never give her an intro or an outro.
Watch out for machines. They're unstoppable. Watch out for machines. I'll be back.